What's going on, guys? This is Matt with Payne's Custom Carpentry, and today we are building a desk out of yellow pine. It's going to be 6.5 feet long by 27 inches deep and 30 inches tall. We put a espresso stain on top by Varathane and then finished it with 4 coats of Minwax oil-based polyurethane, and then the base got a pure white paint. I think we did 3 coats, but stay tuned and I'm going to take you through the whole process. Here we go. If y'all have seen any of my videos so far, y'all know I absolutely love pocket holes. Haven't got into the domino world yet, the Festool. Right now it's just crazy expensive. But I'm still using the Craig jig. That's the K4 you see there. I think they got the Pro, and then there's even a K5 and a newer model. But like I said, with pine, super simple. I love these pocket hole jigs, and I love using the pocket holes, and I'm gonna keep doing it. So right here I'm using my Makita track saw. For 3/4 inch, 1/2 inch full sheets, it's so much easier to rip down plywood with this rather than toting it over to the table saw. But you can see I used the Makita track saw. They come in 55 inch length rails, and I went and got the TSO guide rail. It's that little blue piece on the end, and what that does is it just squares up your cuts. You only have to make one measurement. And also, little tip, on the fence of my table saw right here, you see those little wheels. That's Jessam's guide stock rails, and what that does is it pulls the sheets into the rail and down. That way you don't have to keep near as much pressure, and you don't have to keep pushing it to the right. The wheels do everything for you. It's an awesome invention, and I'm gonna put the link to that in the description. I always get a bunch of people asking me about this workbench I'm using right here. This is the Husky adjustable height. It's electric. You can get the ones that are manual, but what I do is whenever I'm just wanting extra space to work, I bring it down to like hip level, a little bit lower, and use it as a workbench. It's got its own drawer, and then I also use it as an outfeed table. So I just get a level, put it on there, raise it up, and as soon as I'm done with the table saw, I'll drop it right back down. So super convenient. I have a small shop, so I try to make everything I have at least 1 or 2 different uses. So just a little tip for you. Alright guys, I just want to share a little tip with y'all. So you can see I kind of clamped a sacrificial piece of scrap wood to my board, and what that does is you only have to make one measurement, right? So I want to say that was 9 inches up. So what I did is I cut a 9-inch scrap piece, put it exactly where I wanted it from the bottom, and clamped it down. That takes away all the measurement errors out of it. Because if I was to get a measuring tape, go up 9 inches, inscribe it, and then go to the other end, make 9 inches, scribe that, and then constantly try to make sure my drawer slide was level and flat, there's a chance that you can mess that up. So having this little scrap piece clamped down, it just makes it to where you can put pressure downwards, pull it towards that scrap board, and it never moves, right? That way both sides, you do this on each side of your base, and that makes it to where it's perfectly even. Even if you mess up by 1/8 of an inch, it doesn't matter because it's symmetrical. It mirrors each other. This is one of the biggest things that helped me out when I was starting to do drawers. Alright, so I always try to do something new in every build, just to always keep learning and grow your repertoire. In a little while you'll see how I actually messed up, but you get the gist of it. What you do is you cut a dado on 3 sides, the front and the 2 sides of your drawer, and then your 1/4 inch plywood will slide in that dado, and then it acts as like a, I guess it strengthens the drawer and it keeps it square essentially, right? So right here where I'm drilling in those pocket holes, that should actually be on the outside. I accidentally drilled the pocket holes on the inside, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just aesthetically, when you open your drawer, you don't want to see pocket holes. You want all that to be hidden. So that was my mistake. But all in all, the drawers turned out nice. I'm gonna start doing them like this from now on. And what you see here is the back you actually cut short. That way right here you see the 1/4 inch plywood slides into those dados and the back sits in. That way if you ever need to, you can replace the drawer bottom, and it's not an issue. All that's holding the drawer bottom together is a few brad nails that I'll put in a little bit. But this is the best way to do drawers that I've found, just because it keeps everything square and in line. And here I'm doing the bottom drawer, so it's a lot bigger than the top drawer because the customer wanted to be able to put files in it. And on Amazon there's these little PVC tracks, and you can get them for 1/2 inch or 3/4 inch thick drawers. And what it is it's just a little PVC track that sits on top of the drawer sides, and it essentially turns your drawer into a file cabinet, to where not legal size but standard size files can sit on it and like I said, essentially act as a file cabinet. Unfortunately I didn't get that part on camera, but that is why the size of this drawer is what it is, and it turned out nice. At this point, the base was pretty much done. The customer wanted it to be pretty all covered, except for the bottom like 3 inches. So we went around with some 1/4 inch plywood on the inside and just brad nailed it to the back. Just gave it that more professional look, and gotta say I like it. So now that the tops had time to glue up and dry, base is pretty much done at this point. So now we're just cutting the top down to final dimensions. We're going to give it a sand up to 220 grit. Give it a nice 1/4 inch round over on top and then an 1/8 inch round over on the bottom. And then we're going to build cut and inset a charging port for the customer on the top. Alright, got another tip coming at you. If y'all are going to stain any kind of pine, yellow pine, whatever it is, make sure you go get some of this Minwax pre-stain conditioner. It just allows the pine to take the stain so much better. It takes out all that blotchiness, and it actually takes the the stain to the true color, and it makes your finishes so much nicer. So go check it out. That's Minwax Pre-Stain Conditioner. So this was my first time doing this trick. Usually when I've been doing any kind of plywood edges that shows, I've been using edge banding. But if you've ever used edge banding, you know it kind of splinters some. If you don't get the heat right on it, it can start to peel. And then it's just, to me, it's not as nice looking. I saw this hack where you can do Bondo or any kind of like premium wood filler and put it on the edges. And if you're going to paint it, it's perfect. Now, if you're going to stain it, obviously you want to go back to edge banding. But painting, this was amazing. No, I didn't just paint my dog. But this is my first time using the Graco paint sprayer. This is the True Coat 360. And it was awesome. I wish I would have bought this thing years ago. No more hand painting anything if I don't have to anymore. Trust me, this made my life so much easier with this desk. So this is the Graco True Coat 360 hand sprayer. And if y'all have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments. Let me know what kind of build y'all would like to see next. I'm trying to do stuff for the shop and take customers as well. So we're doing a lot right now. But if y'all want to see anything else, let us know. And also, please, if you've made it this far, feel free to like and subscribe so you won't miss anything else. Now, this is a trick that I saw 731 Woodworks putting out. And what we're doing here is we're getting ready to attach Z-clips for the top. Now, if you have ever attached a top just by screwing through the base right into the top, it's okay for a little bit, but after a while, when the wood starts to expand and contrast, it doesn't allow the wood to move, and your top will start cracking and splitting. So I'm trying this technique. Went and got some Z-clips, and I just use a biscuit joiner and put the top on right here. The Z-clip sits in that little spot, and then it just screws right into the top. So when that wood expands and contracts, that Z-clip will be allowed to move, but it still stays in that slot so the top won't come off. Alright guys, like I said, thank y'all for watching. If y'all ever need anything, have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them in the comments and I'll get back to everybody as soon as I can. Please feel free to like and subscribe. Thank y'all again. Hope y'all enjoyed it.